Aw, man.
What's the problem?
I've been trying to refresh the buttons lately to buy a ticket for buy a hotel at MFF, and I can't get any.
Oh yeah, dude, that shit's gone. That shit's sailed.
Wait, really?
Yeah, dude, I think that's all in like first 15 minutes.
No, wow, you're kidding.
No, no. Shiny somehow got one. I'm pretty. I like to imagine in my fantasy world he did something very illicit and adult to get them, but most likely he was just on top of his game.
Lucky bastard.
Him or the Imaginers. Anyways, I did tell you guys I started recording, right? Like we're
Oh,
live.
shit.
Okay.
You done goofed.
Yeah, so welcome everybody to Subwuffer Entertainment. We are a determinedly drunk, geeky, and cheerful podcast. We are wolves. We house in a tree. Set's a lot like a, how would you say it? It's sort of a music appreciation class. So we basically discuss different forms of media and see how people would react to them. My name is Zach Gray. I'm the official intro bearer, but the mastermind behind this is...
Hey guys, my name is Scarfy Conley, and yeah, I'm not going to MFF anytime soon. Sorry to burst your bubble.
Aww.
And our master of music ceremonies is...
And Kruz.
is a person that has some serious laryngitis.
No, he just really likes to use his rock and roll voice whenever he introduces himself.
Yes.
Nobody knows I'm Batman.
For those of you,
I'm actually wearing my Batman t-shirt.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Nice. Okay, so for those of you who want to, for those of you who are wondering, where the heck is our little brother? Where the heck is Shuja? Right now, he is currently doing something that is very important right now. So he'll be back momentarily. He'll be with us momentarily. But for now, yeah. So I want to talk about MFF real quick. Like, I can't believe like those hotel prices sold out in like what, 3 minutes?
It was really quick, but last year was also pretty fast. Like I'm lucky that Shiny is on top of his game with that stuff because he's always really.
I am both envious at both you, Shiny, Aaron, and Rocket Corgi that you are going to be rooming at the main hotel, and it's really insane that you got a room that quickly.
Yeah, well, like I said, Shiny's on his game. So, but I'm looking forward to their awesome roommates last year. Shout out to you, Aaron. I saw you in the chat. They're amazing roommates, and I look forward to staying with them again. And if I'm lucky, my girlfriend Luna will also be coming, but we'll see if that happens or not because that's a big financial thing for her. So she's not the type to let me pay for her entire ride there, which I can appreciate because I wouldn't let her do that for me. So.
Yeah, I thought, like, Kruz, weren't you planning on going to MFF anytime soon, or it wasn't really on your agenda, really?
MFF, I think was kind of like a little out of my way. I mean, the one I plan to go to, hopefully AC. I'm not even going to bother with a room.
Don't even bother with
going
AC.
to.
Like, I believe
I'm
under the impression that MFF is becoming the new AC, which is really sad now.
Yeah, possibly. But what do you mean not even gonna bother with a room? Like, do you just live close to AC?
Well, Pittsburgh isn't that far away, but like I feel like a nearby hotel isn't really a problem because we've done stuff like that before.
Oh, you mean like not at the main hotel, but you'll still have a room
Yeah,
somewhere.
just somewhere nearby.
Yeah, Shiny will do that all the time. Like if we're not rooming with people who have suits, well, not he has a suit. So I guess we usually stay at the main hotel, but we would always do off the side hotels. It was always cheaper to stay at a fucking what am I, like a Red Roof or something instead of it's like, and now you're at the Hilton Marriott fucking DoubleTree Gold Platinum member thing. Here, please give us $800. Like, no, fuck that. I won't have any money to eat.
To be fair though, to be fair though, it would have been nice if like MFF like only limited their customers to one room per caller or something like that. I mean, granted, like if they were able to, if MFF and the hotel were able to come up with like a compromise saying, okay, well, if you were to charge, this amount a little more, then you probably wouldn't be losing revenue, even though a lot of people have basically rented those rooms out. But thankfully, it hasn't become like RMFC, where those supposed Nazi furs like bought out like 25% of the entire hotel, but never like gave up the room. But I But I'm not one to condone that, and personally, I'm not going to judge because it's just I don't even know what to think of it, and I don't want to point fingers at others.
I will judge harshly, but I won't do it on the show because this is near the time or place for me to judge harshly.
Yeah, I don't want to judge
What,
either.
are you kidding? This is what we're supposed to do.
Yeah, I know. But it's not the time or the place because this isn't the right platform. It's not the time or the place because we have a lot of shit to talk about today, and I don't want to be up until midnight talking about the furry fucking raiders.
Okay. No, I don't think we want to either. So, Kruz, why don't you start the agenda with music today?
We don't have all that time to bitch about our problems. We have time to bitch about more important things.
Right, of course.
Yes. All right. So this is sort of supposed to be clever opening. It's probably not going to end up that way. All right. So on the top of the news is Metallica. Sadly, it is not the new album. But good news is Kill 'Em All and Ride the Lightning. They have been remastered. Here we go. Relive the adrenaline rush, headbanging, ear-splitting, and skull-crushing movement that was 80s thrash metal. Metallica's debut and sophomore albums, Kill 'Em All and Ride the Lightning. Creeping Death is their best song, by the way. They have been remastered, giving greater clarity to their signature bone-crushing riffs. I hope I sounded like an infomercial.
That was actually a really pretty decent announcer voice, man. I was gonna say I didn't expect that.
No, that was a pretty good voice. I like that. You should use it more often, dude.
But yeah,
Metallica. Like I'm not the hugest Metallica fan. I mean, I have listened to some of their songs, and believe it or not, they're actually pretty good. Like I can't believe that their whole song, "Master of Puppets," is basically about a guy, into drugs or whatever. I forgot
most music in the 80s and 90s was basically about. I think most music is basically inevitably about drugs.
Yeah. Or at least there's if you look hard enough, you can find some reference like in almost anywhere. Really.
Pretty much.
You want to know something that I also didn't realize? I didn't realize that there was also a lot of people from metal bands are actually Christians, and I didn't know that. I did some research on it.
Oh yeah, fucking Slayer, yeah.
Yeah, like
Dave Mustaine.
Mm-hmm, yeah. So I mean, like you got a lot of people, but I don't know. I wonder what it is about that actually. That particular.
I don't care what Metallica is. Well, if you're like me, you live under a rock.
Well, if you're being serious, I was gonna say Metallica is a band from. Did it start in the '80s, Kruz? Is that right? I always thought it was an early '90s band. I don't know why.
Yeah. They started. Kill 'Em All was 1983, and Ride the Lightning was 84.
Yeah, they're great. Like
they started. They hit their peak in the 90s.
Yeah,
with the Black Album.
They're my introduction to like metal, almost metal alternative. It is metal. Don't get me wrong. It's Metallica, but they're great. They're like one of the standards that most metal bands were held to for quite some time. Exactly. They're really good, but. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that new album is sort of like the Duke Nukem Forever of music. I mean, people just keep waiting for it, and when it does eventually happen,
you know what? You know what would be funny if like Metallica, if their new album was basically the equivalent of Star Wars Episode 1, where everyone thought it was going to be great, and then like basically like there are like one person in the entire group of audience basically asks his friends, dude, what if the movie sucks?
and then they were burnt at the pyre. Blasphemy! Oh, God. But yeah, beyond that, I don't know what to say. I remember the album. I don't remember all the songs from it, but I'd be down for listening to it again with improved audio.
I know all of them and all of the lyrics, so don't worry about that. I think the most famous songs from those two albums are The Four Horsemen and For Whom the Bell Tolls.
Oh, and yeah, that's what I know, of course.
Yeah.
Cool. Oh, cool. Well, I'll be on the lookout for it.
Yeah.
Is it already out, or is it coming out?
Yeah, it's already out. They're just it shows on iTunes as the remastered version. So it's I checked. There is actually a difference. It's just generally a lot more clarity versus the original 80s recording of it.
Right. Sounds good.
All right. So after that, next we have, and this one I was kind of surprised to find, but Santana is coming out with their new album called Santana IV. That's it. Yeah, Santana IV.
Santana's
So it's
still playing?
they're almost. Oh yeah, the band's back together.
Oh shit. Okay, sorry. God, I didn't mean to interrupt you. Huh?
So, sorry. After their almost entirely instrumental 2012 World Music Odyssey Shapeshifter, Santana returns their classic fiery Latin rock sound with Santana IV. While not only returning to the band's classic sound, the original quintet is finally back together after 45 years. The legendary Carlos Santana, Greg Raleigh, Neil Sean, Mike Carabello, and Michael Shreve. So this I listened to, and they sound quite a lot like a refined version of the classic, what you think of Black Magic Woman, other, I forget the names of other songs, but it's pretty good.
I'm going back in my head right now. It's like I remember I had like this 3-month long phase where I just listened to Santana because the music they do is amazing, but none of the names of their songs are sticking in my head right now. So.
Oh really?
They're
I remember my father like being really addicted to "Smooth" by Santana.
Yeah, that's one. Yeah.
One.
Yeah, that was like.
Oh, that's Oye Como Va. That's the one I was thinking of. Oye Como Va. That was a.
Oye Como Va. Oh yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, continue. We're just gonna keep interrupting Kruz as we're doing today.
Yeah. And there's some the other news on that is that they have someone no one knows. Ronald Isley is doing guest vocals on I think it's 2 of their songs, and I think I listened to 2 of them. I think it was Wherever You Want to Go and Blues Magic or something. That's pretty tight stuff. Santana is indeed back. Fueled by Metallica. That's a great song.
It is a good one.
Yeah. All right. So now, third and final band. This one I just found. S.E.T. Northen. Canadian folk Viking metal band. They've released their 4th studio album, Northen, this past Friday, April 15th. This comes 6 years after their previous album, Godsaga, and this puts them back in the mix. And so, while folk metal is what you think is a weird, undefined genre, there's quite a few bands that you can refer them to, like Tyr, part of their name, from the Faroe Islands, Falconer of Sweden, Skalmold of Iceland, shout out to Nero, and there's quite a few others. But
have you gotten into a lot of like the Nordic folk metal sort of stuff? Because I've heard a few things. And I've heard some that's like really good and really, 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 really shit. So like, and maybe I'm just not always. Obviously, like I love me some metal, but it's not my primary go-to genre. So the sort of things I can compare, like kind of appreciate, probably my sensibilities aren't the same as most people who are really into just more the metal genre. So like, have you listened to a lot of that, Kruz? Are you a big folk metal sort of person?
Well, not entirely recently, but I did really start listening to it more. First folk metal I really heard was Tyr, Hold the Heathen Hammer High, which was pretty good. Found Falconer from Pandora, and what was the other one? Skalmold from Nero, obviously, and I am like 20% heavy metal. Yeah, this is
even though Cody Fox is black. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding, Cody. I'm not trying to call you out.
It's like, wait.
I'm not trying to call you black, but you're black. That's a different kind of metal, by the way.
Yeah.
Oh, black metal. Okay, I see. I was gonna say it's like I've seen black, metal musicians who are black who out screamo most of the fucking white kids, and they're awesome. But okay, there you go. I see. It's like, what does black have to do? And did we just hit a race card? No, I got it with you now. Okay.
You did now.
All right. And I'm sorry. Once again, I live in Florida, so everything.
Well, that's okay. I live in California, and it's basically its equivalent. So.
Fair enough.
You just have like nothing else to say. You're just like, I agree, I concur.
Okay.
I've got nothing to argue or go with that one. I've never lived in California.
Nobody give me shit for like Death Clock. Of course I don't. Fucking awesome. Brutal.
Yeah. Fucking.
I feel like is he that same guy from the guy from Death Clock is the same guy from Adult Swim.
What?
I think
You have to be a little more
brutal.
Oh yeah, maybe.
I don't know. He looks like him. I don't know. Anyway, can you trust us? We will do that.
What? We'll do what
now? This is a sad time because music section is over.
Oh yeah.
But now
y'all fuckers have to listen to me. So I apologize in advance for that. Sorry, not that sorry. So yeah. Let's see here. That's interesting. I hope this will... I'm just looking at the thing I'm about to send you guys, and if the link is not working, let me know, because something looks weird about it, but it should work. So the first game we're talking about is Danganronpa 2, Goodbye Despair. So I thought I'd start us off with something absolutely crazy. I'm not talking about your standard crazy. I mean, like, Japan decided to take Clue, Phoenix Wright Saw, and every crappy high school private island horror story, put them in a blender, poured the game into a case, and just gave it to you to consume. And, if you're not ready for that, that's kind of a shame, because it still fucking happened.
Yes.
Yep. So what this game is about, basically, is...
Oh, Shuji, you're back.
Oh, we got Shudra?
Hi.
just
Hi.
noticed.
Hi.
How are you?
Hi. Hi.
Aw, he's so cute.
No, I'm not.
Yeah, you are.
Hey, kids.
That was Pedo Bear.
That
but okay.
was interesting. Which actually kind of brings me back to, in a weird way, Danganronpa 2, which I'll bring up in a second. But so basically, the game places you and your classmates on Jabberwock Island. Nice little, Lewis Carroll reference, but hey, where you're all supposed to be relaxing, enjoying yourself, but instead you find yourself dealing with a murder mystery you need to solve. And the game is full of like mini games, clues, council-like voting systems, and it's overall almost like Footy Cootie style insanity.
Can I interrupt a little bit?
What's up?
I know this game. I played the first part.
You played the first one? Oh, when I'm done, please tell me more about this, because I'm just giving what I've seen. So please feel free to tell me more. So basically,
here's the summary of the first game. The first game is basically the main character and your other classmate supposed to be the idol of every freaking thing. You have like idol of model, idol of baseball, idol of fighting, idol of gangster. Something like that, top of everything. They all come together into one school, and then, whoop, the principal is the bear.
Oh, is that Monokuma?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's the bear. And he locked every single door and reinforced them so nobody can get out. And here's his only rule at the school. You have to commit a murder. Everybody else have to solve the mystery. If they solve the mystery, the one who commit the murder will be punished. If the group fail to solve the mystery, and accusing a wrong guy, everybody else besides the murderer will get punished. And by punished, being dead. Have fun!
The end.
Yeah. Well, that's actually pretty much, sums it up right there. Monokuma is this two-faced looking, sort of like Batman Two-Face, half white, half black bear. One side is really cute and adorable, the other one's like monstrous. And that's sort of where the Saw element comes in. He kind of reminds me a little bit of, what's a little doll from Saw's name?
Jigsaw.
Jigsaw, yeah. Kind of reminds me of that, just even crazier.
I looked at this game and wow, I can't believe people can make something that sadistic.
And
I would like to play a game.
after the game come out, 2 months later, there's an anime about it.
Really?
Yes.
Huh.
12 episodes of anime is based on every single case in the first game. How to solve it, everything. It's basically transforming the whole game into an anime series. And let me tell you, it is dark.
I mean, it looks dark. The weird thing to me is it looks really frantic and crazy, and looks, especially because of some of the more, like I said, like footy-cooty style anime elements of it, just like how over the top some of it seems. It feels
And
like it'd be almost difficult to play, but you apparently enjoyed the first one. Apparently, enough people did. They made a second one, so apparently it's
but here's
really
the thing:
good, huh?
the first one is coming out like 2 or 3 years ago, and they are now the second one was nothing really related to the first one,
Huh.
which is like what the hell. But who wanted me to spoil the whole plot of the first one?
If you missed the part where he said spoiler alerts, it's your fault.
Oh, right, yeah, of course. There's actually a written contract whenever you sign in that there's spoilers, and you can't blame us for your emotional trauma over what we spoil for you.
Here's the thing: if you care about spoiler, mute your microphone or speaker, whatever you want to do. If you keep it on and you are butthurt over it, well, I'm over here.
I don't know why,
We
but I
told
never
you.
expected to hear Shoujo say the word butthurt. It just never crossed my mind, but I'm glad it did.
He used it. He used it perfectly though.
I know.
Yeah,
Exactly.
You will hear me a lot.
But anyway,
And
sorry, go
I'm
ahead.
drinking not coffee, so yeah, my language is flying everywhere.
That's
So,
fine. But the game, to let people know, the game comes out for PC on April 18th, and it looks wild. We got a recommendation because, like I said, I haven't played it. I've just looked into it. Shoujo, you'd say you'd recommend this game?
this game, the second one,
You don't know, but from the first one, like if
the first one, yes.
you
If
play the
like,
would you play the second game?
And I don't know if you a little psycho, then yes, you will really enjoy this game. Oh, and here's the thing: you have time limit while you're solving everything.
Well, that makes
Oh,
sense.
so it's kind of like Majora's Mask in a way.
Oh, that's gonna really fucking helpful.
Oh, no.
Oh, by
And
the way,
here's the
you have 3
trust me,
seconds
time
before you
limit
die.
is not-
Trust me, Majora's Mask is a very, very difficult game. It's the hardest game I've ever played in terms of pressure.
Here's
But-
a twist of it. If you go really hardcore and like jump in like super hard at the first time, if you go like medium and they tell you how much time you have, but if you go really hardcore, the time is not shown to you.
Oh my god.
People misery without like there's a time limit, but you don't know when the time limit. The bear decide that if it's like
bear decides
let's
time
get
limit.
this
Wait.
over with.
There's never been. I can't think of a good time in history that came out of the phrase "the bear decides this." I can't.
The bear decides when your time is up.
Yeah.
Your time is up. I'm bored. Come on, let's go out to it.
All right. Any other
But yeah.
thoughts on this game?
all I have to say is that, like, wow, I can't believe a game could be so sadistic. Like, it's pretty interesting. Like, I might be tempted to look up more videos of gameplay just to see what it's like, because
You want
Damn.
more spoiler?
No. What was that, Chidwa?
You want more spoiler?
no,
No,
please.
not necessarily. I don't really want to spoil it for people who want to play it and look into it. So.
Right.
Because if I spoil more, I basically review every single thing in the first game.
But you heard him. So go find if you want to like hear everything or geek out about this game.
Oh,
Find
and-
Shudra. Just contact him on Twitter. I'm pretty sure his
And here's the
information
thing:
somewhere
you
here.
guys want to get this game and the second one right now? They are both 25% sale.
Oh, are they? Did they just go on
I've
sale?
seen.
That's good to know.
That's awesome. Thank you. Man, Shudra's just my backup. So apparently games are just gonna be me and Shudra now. This is awesome.
Only a game that I know.
Anyway, yeah, so after that, gosh, I'm losing my place. There we go. This is the next game I want to talk about. So the next game I want to talk about is a weird little indie game that sort of came out. It was Kickstartered, made by a group called Pop Sandbox. It's titled Loud on Planet X. So the game is sort of a mashup of Scott Pilgrim vs. the World meets Plants vs. Zombies, and a little bit of sort of Guitar Hero. Which is actually kind of cool in a weird way. It sounds like it sounds very gimmicky, and it kind of is, but the kind of good gimmicky. You know, it's filled to the brim with awesome music from a wide variety of bands, some of which you guys probably know, some of you don't. A lot of them Canadian. Tegan and Sarah, Metric, Astra, Purity Ring, Fucked Up, and there's a whole bunch more. And yes, Fucked Up is the name of the band. There's a whole bunch more I can't remember off the top of my head, but the game's premises is basically you are to choose from a team of indie musicians compile them together on stage, and then defend your stage from alien monsters on the planet you're playing a show on. Why are you on this planet? I don't fucking know. It's just it just is. You're just sort of there. So you're using speakers, strobe lights, fog machines, amps, bouncers, camera flashes, all sorts of zany items and shit to keep yourself safe. The game's a rhythm game, so how you get like these attacks and power-ups, you sort of place your musicians and stuff in the way like Plants vs. Zombies, but you also have to hit the rhythm, like hit the buttons in the right way at the right time to get yourself the power-ups and to be able to attack. So that's why it's sort of a combination of those games. It's coming out on the PC and the PS4 on April 19th, which seems kind of weird for those platforms, but it's also coming out for the iOS and for the Android on April 21st. So if you're more of a phone, mobile device game player, this might be for you.
Zach?
Yeah.
Ooh, sorry. I'm gonna disagree on you saying just like Plant and Zombie. You should say it is the original one. The new one doesn't look like that. The new one is really fucking cool.
The new what? Plants vs. Zombie?
Plant vs. Zombie, the one that you can actually control and running around shooting shotgun and
Oh
everything.
yeah. No, yeah, of course. I meant the original Plants vs. Zombies.
I mean like the classic one.
Yeah.
But and the thing, my friendship on this, they so cute. They're just like, I want her, and it's like, fuck no, get away from me.
Wait, they want Plants vs. Zombies, or they want
for this game, Plow on Planet X.
Oh, really?
I'm just like getting in my mind. It's like those. Oh, you're so cute. Yeah, and it's like those guys. It's like no.
I like Nero's advert for Loud on Planet X. Or for the band Fucked Up. I don't know. I haven't seen any flyers. Is that actually a reference to one of their flyers for their shows, or are you making that up? Because that's brilliant, and I really hope the band uses that.
Playing now at a local theater. Screw you. Nero, that was the most funniest thing I've ever heard.
Any thoughts?
But in all, to be honest, like I took a look at it, and it kind of looks like Bit Trip Runner in a way, and I don't know why I'm getting Bit Trip Runner from, because Bit Trip Runner has very less graphics and not as great sounding soundtrack as you think it does. But at the same time, when I look at it, it's like it kind of looks like Final Fantasy. What's that rhythm game like that you have on your 3DS that you get to play? I forgot what it was called. Oh, Theater Rhythm, Final Fantasy Theater Rhythm. Like it kind of seems like that in a way, where you like tap to the music to fight bosses and stuff.
Huh? Yeah, I've never played or actually heard of Final Fantasy Theater Rhythm. You said it's called?
Yeah, Theater Rhythm.
Yeah, I've never even heard of that. Cool. But yeah, I mean, I don't know how you're getting Bit Runner, because isn't Bit Runner more of a platform game, a platformer?
Well, not just Bit Trip in general. Just
Bit Trip, sorry.
Yeah, I meant to say that.
2015.
Right. What about you, Kruz? Any thoughts?
I'm sold on this game almost already, because
I was wondering, do you listen to any of these bands? Because I know you're usually more metal, but I imagine, of course, you have other music besides metal.
Cute. Ah.
What was that? One more time?
I believe and this might be the weird, obvious one to have heard of, but I swear to God, I've heard of them before.
Metric or Tegan and Sarah? Who?
Just what?
Which one?
Oh, I said Fucked Up.
Oh, Fucked Up. Oh, okay. Because I know Metric does a lot of the music for Scott Pilgrim, actually. So that's one of the things that makes me throw back to that. Just all the indie hipster artists, but.
Just something I need to say that's unrelated and non sequitur to the topic. My grandmother just Facebooked me, and she said that she saw Zootopia, and she said it was really good.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay, let's have 2 hours conversation and talking about that. Send me an email.
Can you start a howl?
No, please don't do it.
Don't do it.
Don't.
And that's when Zach used his God mode powers to mute the stream while they howl. Anyway. But yeah. Anyway, I gotta wake up a bit. But the next game is the Banner Saga 2.
Why are you singing Star Wars when we're talking about the Banner Saga 2?
I guess he's floating the banner. He's flying the banner of the Empire?
I suppose so.
I was thinking tattered banners and bloody flags among them.
Of course. It's nice to know we're all on very, very different pages. So the Banner Saga 2, if you couldn't tell from the name, it's a successor to the original award-winning game by Stoic, the Banner Saga. So Banner Saga 2 picks up where the first one left off, which makes sense. And when I say left off, I mean precisely from your last game. If you played Banner Saga 1, for any of you who know of this game series, then any choices you made in the original game will maintain and they will impact the world that is Banner Saga 2. So depending on what choices you made in 1, 2 is going to be different, which is kind of cool.
Stop being so stoic.
But that said, for those of you who don't know the game, the Banner Saga 2 and its predecessor both take place in a Viking-era world with 2D-style graphics and combat. You control multiple characters who travel in a caravan across the vast world of the game, and you need to strategically utilize your warriors and resources while also making difficult decisions to ensure the survival of your people. So it's sort of like Viking Oregon Trail and a little bit like Fire Emblem, because the combat is turn-based, and it's permadeath. If you lose a character, they're gone. So be careful how you play and what choices you make. The game features multiple races for your characters, and this might interest the race to know that there are the humans, but there are also the Varl, who are horned human animal hybrid creatures, and they're very strong, very proud, very long heritage race, and now they have the Horseborn. So any bronies listening, any horse furs, equines out there, I don't have much explanation, but I can only assume that a Horseborn would probably be centaurs, so I guess any tars out there too. Could be a fun little thing if, wink, wink, nudge, nudge, have some fun, whatever floats your boat. And you need to use the skills and abilities of your caravan to defeat any dredge that come your way. The dredge are the traditional bad guys, colossal, armored, unnatural creatures that'll do everything they can to terrorize the land, and by the land I mean you and your caravan. The game's out for
really?
PC and 3DS on April 19th.
It's kind of interesting how you say, like, oh, well, you can just pick up exactly where you left off with the same characters you have in the Banner Saga 1, where it's kind of interesting. Like, I look at the Pokemon series, and it's like, oh, you can only teach your Pokemon certain moves that you can teach them, but they're only in this game, and once you transfer them over to the next game, they can't learn those moves anymore. So this is a pretty interesting concept. I do like it. It's kind of reminding me of, like, I don't know. It kind of reminds me of, like, I don't understand why I'm getting Pokemon out of all places, but the example of having, Banner Saga 2 picking up where you first left off is pretty insane. So I don't really know what to think of it, honestly, but I'm pretty sure someone might like this. So,
what you described it. I think of a different game, and I just say, damn, that's really much similar to that game in Japan.
Which game?
Token Rambu.
Yeah.
Basically, it just took place in the Edo periods where samurai and all that's goody. And you play by card. By card means that's your character. And they call themselves not by card, but they call sword. And each sword is a different person. If you lose one character, you will permanently lose that guy. No more. So it's like, this is interesting.
Wow, that's a cool mechanic. I like that.
That is a pretty cool mechanic.
All right. Kruz, any thoughts?
Vikings, I'm sold.
That's amazing. All right. That's a quick sell.
So 2 for 2.
Anytime I want to mess with you, I'm gonna use that for now. Like, I'll send you something that's basically the equivalent of being rickrolled, but I'll tell you whatever it is. Like, don't worry, there's Vikings, and then you'll learn never to trust me again. Everyone has fun.
You really like Vikings, don't you? Like,
and whoever really love D&D, this is their game. Basically, how you battle is similar to D&D.
For the one that we're talking about up above, or for the one you're talking about in Japan?
Banner Saga.
Oh, okay.
To me, it looked like D&D, but the way they move and the way they attack, yes. Yeah. But you're not gonna roll die. Sorry, guys.
Right. Well, I have, because I play a couple D&D games, and that's that's sort of that same element. It looks cool to me. I just know that.
Yeah. This looks really cool. And dun 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 dun.
And to answer your earlier question, Scarfy, why does he like Vikings? I just wrote in chat the reason why. Vikings equals mead. Mead equals love, and mead equals life. Ergo, yay mead. And therefore, yay Vikings.
Viking equal Antaton.
I'm into the garbage. And there's a monomorph too.
So the next game is actually really, really cool, and I'm a little excited about this. I do want to get it. I don't know if I'll get the chance to. It looks fucking pretty. It's a game made by Mindfield, and it's called P.O.L.L.E.N. P.O.L.L.E.N. It's an acronym. I have no idea what for. But I didn't do that much digging, obviously, to that point. I looked into the game, but I didn't really look into the acronym at all. The game is... One thing I don't like, the only thing I haven't liked about this game so far is it being marketed partially as one of the platform release games for Oculus Rift.
You know, I was just about to talk about that. Like, I saw the trailer for it, and I'm like, I see humans moving, and I'm looking at Oculus, and I noticed that it's probably for the Oculus Rift. I'm like, how the hell are you going to be able to... Are you going to walk in the game with Oculus Rift, or does it walk for you? That's what I'm trying to understand.
That's what I get confused about, too.
Yeah.
Like, how are people moving when they're just looking around?
I mean, and don't get me wrong, I'm probably just a noob at this, and maybe I just need to do a little bit more research, but at the same time, it's like, how the hell are you supposed to know where you're going? Like, and besides, this game looks better, probably plays better on a computer anyway.
Right. The Oculus Rift, from what I've found, just moves around. If you're using mouse and keyboard, or if you're using a controller, you can still turn and change your view. It's basically a screen that is taped to your head and has a little bit of sensory control. If you move forward, your camera also moves forward. So you look and interact the same way with your controller, but you have the extra thing that instead of turning to the right, even though it will turn slowly, you can quickly look to the right and see what's over there.
Interesting.
Can I ask something?
Yeah, go for it. Sorry.
Here's the thing: if they can make this game into Oculus Rift, they better make Fallout. They better make Fallout into the.
you know, Shuja, like Oculus Rift Oculus Rift came out not too long ago, and I feel as if like everyone who's just a video game collector are the only people who are buying it, and no one is wasting their time with it.
Well, here's the thing: it's a new mechanic. It's super expensive.
Mm-hmm.
Eventually, it will become more available.
Mm-hmm.
Zach, Shiny says that there's a surge in the fridge and it calls for you.
Thank you.
Oh, and quick add up to the Banner Saga. Whoever wants to check out that game on Steam, the first version of it is on sale, which is like 75%, and you can get it for like $5. The second saga is also on sale, but it's only like 10% sale. But if you want to check it out, it's on sale right now.
Wait, P.O.L.N.'s on sale?
No, Banner Saga.
Oh, no,
okay.
Banner.
If you want to check out the first version of it.
Cheater.
Yep. Oh gosh. But we're talking about P.O.L.N., right? Anyway, so that's the most boring comeback in sound, but I promise it gets better than actually just talking about P.O.L.N. Granted, I live in Tallahassee. We have no shortage of P.O.L.N. It's a thing. But
I believe
it's like Egon Spangler was asked, "What do you do in your spare time?" Like, I collect rocks, moss, and fungus. So we're talking about P.O.L.N.
The streets are lined with that shit.
But basically, one thing I was trying to get back to, and we jumped off on the Oculus Rift, was that it makes sense, actually, for this game. One thing that I thought was cool they did with it is that the entire time you're in the game, you actually have a space helmet on your head. So being trapped in the Oculus Rift isn't that weird. Like, it makes sense. Eventually, somebody's going to have a game where you have some sort of goggles on, so the pressure on your face actually becomes more immersive. It seems like that's a really good way of doing it. But either way, if you have an Oculus Rift, give a shot in for the game because it seems made for it, and, you already spent fuck ton of money on the Oculus Rift. You have the money to blow on an extra little game and have fun with it. If not, don't worry, because like I said, I don't have an Oculus Rift. I'm interested in playing the game. It still looks beautiful. It takes place in a research station on the Saturnian moon. The station seems to be abandoned except for you, and it's filled with machinery, at least one biome, like an internal ecosystem of plant life, and it seems to have been created by a bunch of individuals who both live and work on it, and they're constantly expanding the station and the mining operation, I guess. But your only task really is to search around the station, locate audio recordings and other clues to help you understand what the hell happened to everybody, why there's no one here. So it's a discovery puzzle game, exploring game on Titan's surface, and it's the best way I can describe it is for anyone who's ever played Soma. It's a visually cleaner and much less decrepit world of Soma, which
You know what?
huh?
This remind me. Whoever here played the game called The Room.
Yeah,
Similar
well,
to
yes. But I played many. Which one? There's a bunch of
All
the Room
three of them.
games.
It's similar to the like while watching the trailer. Oh my god, this exactly look like The Room. I may actually pick this up.
Yeah, basically, but the Room was literally just in a room, right?
So
Yeah.
long as we're talking about the Room video game, not the Room movie by Tommy Wiseau.
I'm waiting for them to make a Room the video game.
Daphne,
by
that's
Tommy Wiseau.
basic.
They do. They have a Flash game. It's on
Oh, God,
Newgrounds, I
no.
think. It's on Newgrounds.
That's
Not
awful.
Oh no, it's the funniest thing you'll ever see. But anyways, we're getting off topic here. Pollen.
Oh, well, this is the last thing I was going to say. Another cool feature is apparently everything on the ship, like literally everything, all the machinery you pass by, all the little stuff on the floor, everything is interactable except for the walls, because the walls you...
Of course.
I'm touching
I mean,
walls, but...
That's what's bothered me in some games. Like, you think, oh, this would be cool to fuck with, but then, like, the game doesn't let you interact with it.
Yeah.
If this really lets you do that, then I am, again, sold.
Yeah, it seems very cool, and it gives you more reason to explore things. So it's like, I don't know what that does. I'm going to go fucks
there
with
is
it.
no game.
So... But the game comes out for PC on April 20th. So if I have the cash, I think I should. I'm doing okay. I might actually just pick this up and give it a whirl because it just looks.
Wow.
fucking cool.
So it comes out on 420.
Oh my god, yes. For any of you 420 furs, this seems like the best game to play while you're celebrating in your activities. That sounds
With a different
amazing.
Kind of
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Don't smoke pollen though. That's a poor choice.
Subwoofer Entertainment
don't smoke pollen. Please don't smoke pollen.
Subwoofer Entertainment does not condone or deny the use of illicit substances. Please, everything responsibly.
Just everything.
It's everything. Like, everything responsibly. Breathe responsibly.
That's like the best thing ever. I can't believe the game comes out on 420.
In my nose.
Shiny, you and I do
That's-
that every day.
that's-
Again, we live in Tallahassee. We walk outside and we've done like
That's snorting, and that's also a poor choice.
exactly.
Smoke weed every day.
Smoke weed every day.
It
All right,
basically be singing that song just completely congested, and then you have Tallahassee. All right, the next game I'm gonna admit isn't usually my kind of game, but a lot of people like this style, so I figured we'd go over it. This is Battlefleet Gothica Armada. It's made by Tindalos Interactive, and they're bringing you what was originally a classic tabletop game by Games Workshop. This is a real-life strategy version of it involving organization of spaceship fleets that do battle with one another. I've heard of this 1,000 times. Of course, the most familiar reference to make of it or comparison is Eve Online, except Eve was a single ship usually, not a whole fleet. So it's sort of like Eve and StarCraft, I guess, to me. And
I'm getting a Metroid Prime feel from this game.
a little bit, but Metroid, did you get to control fleets of starships in Metroid?
Nah, you didn't.
Okay.
You only got to control Samus, but even still, the cutscenes looked a lot like Metroid Prime.
Oh, well, that's disappointing to me for Metroid Prime because, well, the cutscenes I saw of the ships were great. The cutscenes I saw of the people were fucking terrible. I mean, just like comparatively.
Idiots.
It's like, I saw it's like, oh, I guess they're going for one of those weird lower animation stylized views. And I saw the ships. And I was like, oh, somebody just said, nah, fuck it, we don't need animators for this. I'm just going to get my friend Tim to draw the people. It's just like, well, that happened. As for the story of the game, you're basically able to choose from 4 different races. There's the Chaos, the Imperium, the Eldar, and the Orcs. They each have their own specific ships, agendas, prerogatives, storylines, and you're doing battle with each other for murmur. And I say it murmur because I have no fucking clue what the story was beyond that. I just know they're fighting. I'm assuming just Warcraft, StarCraft style. We want to take over everything and fuck any further story. But
it sounds like that other game. What was that other game called? That other game about aliens and RPG and
XCOM.
That's exactly what I was thinking of. It sounds like XCOM, but I know it's not XCOM.
No, it pales in comparison, I'm sure.
Right.
But like I said, like I hate to bash a lot on this game because I know a lot of people are really into RTSs, especially controlling large fleets and large armies. So that hasn't been my thing literally since the original StarCraft. That's the last RTS I played. And since then, I just haven't been a big fan. Not that there's anything wrong with them. I'm just not a big fan. So if you are interested in this game, it might be pretty cool. Go ahead and click the link. Check it out. It's for PC on April 21st.
Nice.
And I take the slow clap and Kruz's squeal as we have no other thoughts beyond that.
Yeah, it looks visually interesting, and I was getting something out of it, but I just wanted a little bit more. I guess I was expecting gameplay, but maybe it's because it was just one of those games where I just really had no interest in looking at. But maybe it's an interest for you, so that's all I have to say about it.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'll move on to the next one because this one I'm actually interested in. This one I also like, but I won't be seeing it for a while. It's I'll get to stuff about it. It's been lit on Steam. It's achieved the green light status, so it may come to Steam. If it does, this game, no question, I'm fucking buying it. But the next game is called Lumo. Lumo is a fantastically well done platformer, puzzle solving sort of game, and we all know these games. It kind of goes back to sort of like the old stuff you saw on SNES and some of the early, even Nintendo 64 style things. It's done the old style of a fixed camera, so you don't have to worry about changing your perspective. Everything is just seen from a fixed perspective, and a really creative use of space. And what I mean by that is you go through different levels, like different rooms, and you only get this. I can't give the exact measurements, but it looks like 20 by 20 worth of blocks for a room. And as you walk through the room, the old part of the room falls away into space. You're really surrounded by just space, like stars, planets at distance, running through a room.
I've seen a game like this before.
It looks
the world around you.
Yeah, like pieces float away, and then the rest of the world appears in front of you, which is beautiful for various reasons. One, it just looks right, but B, it means it's not going to tax the shit out of your if it does come to PC, and even just for the PS. Well, it's coming to PS4. I'll ruin that for you now, but it won't tear apart your processor. It won't put as much stress on it because it's not having to process as much shit at once, which is brilliant because it made an artistic choice, and you get to go and explore more stuff. Each level that I've seen of it so far is very unique, very beautifully done. You explore the world around through trippy levels and a little more like normal-looking places. You're apparently in a huge museum that's a bit historic, a little bit like, a regular museum, little artifacts, then mysterious castle, then like fucking caves, all sorts of weird shit. Because the whole concept is you are a wizard. You're a young wizard, fell into this museum or wherever the fuck it is.
You're a wizard, Harry.
There's over 150 rooms or levels scattered throughout, and each room serves its own purpose for figuring out the overall puzzle, unlocking ancient mysteries, using these weird machineries, and just figuring out the labyrinth around you. It looks great. I'm really excited for it. I can't really do anything to tell you more except for the fact that I'm geeking out about it. It comes out for PS4 and PlayStation Vita on April 22nd, and I really, really hope it comes to Steam soon after because I want to play this game. So
like it's one of your top 10 that you want to play.
Yeah, I mean, P.O.L.N is up there, and I'm considering getting it. I probably will get it, but Lumo, it's like it looks fun to play. I don't know what it is.
I was looking at Lumo, and I was kind of wondering the concept. Like the whole game takes place in space, and I'm looking at like certain block textures of like castles and all these different, modern civilized pieces that you don't see, and it's just floating in space. And at first, I was like, confused because I didn't know what was going on, and then upon looking at it, I'm like, oh, it looks interesting to say the least. But does it mean the game will be good? Not too sure, but like, because it does I mean, it does take place in like in a castle, you said, like, who gets lost in a mysterious castle, and it's like turns into like outer space or whatever. Maybe that's just the whole thing. Maybe I need to stop thinking of like of it being in outer space, because from the looks of it, it looks pretty. It really does.
Yeah.
Like, it shines, it's colorful, it's all that type of stuff.
It feels like a game I can get lost in, and admittedly not for just the fact that it's like, oh, I'm not going to go out there and say, oh, this is going to be the best game ever, everyone should play because it'll be amazing. But like, just personally to me, it's like, this looks like something I could, in the same way, games, I feel bad because the only thing I can think of immediately to compare this to is Mario, mostly a lot of the Mario Maker levels that I've seen played and have come out recently. It's just like...
Which would be awesome if you had a Wii U.
Yeah. But the thing that's interesting about that is, like, it's that old school fun. It's that whole thing. It's like, I'm not really caring too much about you having to tell me, here's this backstory, here's this blah, blah, blah. I like this idea that I can just jump into a game, simple mechanics, figure it out, and go and have fun. And it's like, it seems like there's games that still try to do that, but a lot of them keep coming up short. And for some reason, just the way this one looks and seems to flow, I'm like, I think this might have it. And I haven't played a game like that in a while, so I want to give this a shot. What about you guys? Kruz, thoughts?
That reminded me a little bit. I think you mentioned Mario, there's certain parts of Super Mario Galaxy, I think the first and second one, they're like that, where you have the blocks everywhere. Wherever you go, it'll build the path for you.
Yeah.
And I've seen another game that it's like this one, and I'm thinking, yeah, I could get into one of these, and I think this is a good chance for me to do that.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
what about you, Shudra? Any thoughts?
This game I might pick it up. I have some good experience with like old school game and some bad experience. The worst, I have no idea what I doing, and I shut the game up and never look at it. The best is, I finished the game. Like, more you want, shut up.
Right, yeah.
But here's the thing about this game. Like, I've been going around like Best Buy and Target or some player, not just looking at console and then the new upcoming game. And it's like, people are actually going back to old school, which like not really detailed, not like detailed.
Right, yeah.
But still detailed. I'm sorry, I don't know how to explain better than that. I'm sorry.
No, that's fine. That's
like
basically right.
But like, I begin to feel like, yes, somebody in the game company finally say, yeah, we don't want as much detail because that's gonna kill processor like Destiny did.
Right.
No bashing Destiny. Destiny is really a great game.
Yeah.
But it can kill your processor on your PS4.
Oh my god, it does. Yes. Yes, it does.
It's a great game, but too much detail can be bad.
Yes, definitely.
Could be, but I mean, that's all I have to say on it.
Yep.
Except if you come out with Zootopia, I demand every single phone to be look like that. I demand to.
Well, the last game I'm going to talk about is actually a twofer. And
oh God,
you guys might be a little
Star Fox,
excited.
baby.
Yep. Basically, the next game is, like I said, it's twofer. It's 2 games in one. It's Star Fox Zero and Star Fox Guard. Platinum Games and Nintendo basically decided to bring back the very renowned, I'm sure everybody knows about Star Fox in at least some way, whether you played it or not. You've heard about it, especially being in the community. The anthropomorphic animal characters in it have become almost legendary. Everyone knows that. And if you don't know that...
Thank you, Shigeru Miyamoto. We appreciate that.
Yeah, exactly. And, of course, do a barrel roll. You hear it all the time. It's everywhere. Everyone knows
barrel
that
roll.
phrase. Exactly. Mm-hmm. But the series has continued with a recent installment. With this recent installment, sorry. And there's a lot of whispers about it. A lot of people are saying it's not meant to be a prequel. Other people are saying it's not meant to be a sequel. And other people are saying it's not meant to be a retelling, which I'm pretty sure...
It's a reimagining, in my opinion.
I'm pretty sure if you take out all 3 of those options, you don't have a game. I'm pretty sure you can't have a Star Fox game and have it be none of those things. But
yeah, I'm pretty sure the furry community and a lot of gamers in general are very excited for this game. I myself am excited as well. I do not have the money to buy it, however, because I just don't have enough time to play it because I've just been so busy with college. It's ridiculous.
Mm-hmm. No, I feel you.
First.
But apparently the game does have a lot of similarities to being, like you said, a retelling, almost a prequel, but mostly a retelling. It starts you out. See if this sounds familiar for any of you guys who remember Star Fox, because I played it, but it's been a while since I played it. Yeah. You start out with you playing as Fox McCloud, who is the son of James McCloud, the former leader of the group known as Star Fox, who's a bunch of highly trained fighter pilots, basically, that go through space. So Fox McCloud has taken over Star Fox, and he's the leader of the group of flyers. And it's taking place about 5 years after his father's death at the hands of Andros. And Andros is, of course,
Andros.
Is it Andros? I thought it was
Andros.
It's been so.
Andros.
That's how long it's been.
Andros.
But Andros, basically, who is the big baddie here. So you're teaming up with Peppy Hare, who's James, Fox's father's close friend and comrade. Slippy Toad, who's Fox's close friend and mechanic. And
the most annoying character in the game.
Yep, and Falco Lombardi, who you know whether you want to or not from various fan arts that are posted everywhere. But he's
and
also
apparently, I think it's Kruz's main in Smash Brothers.
Oh, really?
One of
Falco.
them, yeah.
Nice.
It's become. I am training myself to be the Luigi Shoryuken King.
Nice.
But Falco is another go-to. I Shoryuken the crap out of everybody.
Right.
But yeah, just so you know, Slippy Toad is the most annoying character in Star Fox, and don't let anyone tell you otherwise.
It is true. He's absolutely a pain. And Peppy is where the line "do a barrel roll" comes from.
Aww.
But the game basically has this new team that is the new Star Fox fighting against Andros and keeping him from taking over the Lilat system. It mostly has you engaging in dogfights both on planets and space using very highly advanced aerial acrobatics and just trying to take down the opponents and stop them from taking over the world. It's a pretty simple concept. It was made back in the day, and it's always a lot of fun. The big thing is it's apparently going a little bit... I think it's going deeper into their origins is one of the rumors, but I felt the origins were pretty fleshed out in the original game, so I don't know. I'm not really certain what else to say about this game. I could bitch about how it feels like it's another attempt by big game companies or big media companies to revive an old game to make more money for less imaginative works. I could also talk about how it's kind of cool because bringing this old game out from the grave of just older graphics and allowing the new generation to be able to appreciate it, because we're so spoiled nowadays. The new generation is not going to want to play an older game. They just won't like how it looks. But either way, I think the game is going to be fun. And that's the most important thing. People are going to enjoy it, and it's proven successful in the past. So I'll just pretty much leave it at that.
You want to know something funny? Like, there was this person who got into a debate, saying that Star Fox Zero's graphics were not next gen at all. And to be honest, he made a complaint that he thought that Star Fox Zero the graphics were something that you could play on the Nintendo Wii compared to the Wii U. But to be honest, I kind of have a counter argument with that.
Okay.
First off, we haven't had a Star Fox console game in a long time, so I don't think there's anything to complain about because no one is really going to care about the graphics, even though 3D graphics are a big thing in Star Fox games. And there's also the problem, the whole Crystal. Where's Crystal? Wasn't she one of the greatest characters in the Star Fox universe? Personally, when it comes to me, I am sad that they got rid of Crystal because I didn't really think she was that annoying as a character. But as John Tron would put it in his Star Fox Adventures review, he said, "You play as Blue Boobs McFurry Dream, otherwise known as Crystal." And I'm like, but I don't know, a lot of people either really liked that they got rid of Crystal or they really, hate the fact that they got rid of Crystal. So I don't know what to think about that. Personally, I think the game looks great. I just hope that the story and will also help with the gameplay as well.
If I remember correctly, didn't Crystal not come out until the second Star Fox?
Crystal came out on Star Fox Adventure, and she was also in my personal favorite Star Fox game, Star Fox Assault. So
but she wasn't in the original, and like we said, there's sort of a remaking of the original.
Well,
so it makes sense.
I suppose, but I guess it is a reimagining of the first game, and I just hope it's not a shot-by-shot remake with just some added twists. I really hope that they're going to take their time to actually make something new out of it. But
we'll see.
we'll see. Personally, I was a huge fan of Star Fox Assault. Star Fox Assault, I think, is a very underrated game, and I do think more people should play it, even though the game has 10 missions. And personally, the game also has the choice of, I can choose this route or this route to see which destination I'll lead in. Right. Oh, I'm gonna go this way. Oh, I'm gonna go this way. While in Star Fox Assault, you only had 10 missions, and you were able to choose a difficulty, and that was about it.
Yeah, it's a lot more linear.
It was, but I actually really appreciated for what it was worth, and I actually really enjoyed the on-foot missions too. I thought those were a lot of fun, and the music. Oh my god, I believe Star Fox Assault has the most underrated soundtrack of all time. If you ever have a chance to play it and get your hands on a copy of the GameCube and Star Fox Assault, play it and listen to the music. You will not be disappointed. Anyway, I'm getting off topic here. Star Fox Zero. I'm looking forward to this game. I'm sure everyone in the furry community, most people are looking forward to it. What do you guys think?
Well, should have just said not. Do you say not me or and me?
Not me.
Yeah.
Well,
not really.
Well, you're not important.
Ow! Damn.
Okay. Bye, guy.
And then he rage quit the stream. I don't like. My whole thing is I played it. It was fun, but from the looks of the game, I would agree a little bit about what the last person said. They didn't really soup up. They souped up the graphics, but I think they did it for the nostalgia factor. They kept the graphics very much the same and just put a nice coat of gloss over it. But otherwise, it looks lower grade on a next gen engine, which is exactly what it is. The gameplay is probably a lot of fun. Mostly, of course, no, I won't play it because I don't have the system. But I don't have even if I did, I don't know if I'd be up for it just because I had a lot of fun with the old game. I don't.
You mean Star Fox 64?
Yeah, I don't really want to.
I played Star Fox 64, and it actually became a competition between me and my middle brother to see who can get the most points, because we would always choose the hard missions and we would win against them every single time, and it always became about who would get the most points in the entire game. Right. Which is interesting, but I can see exactly what you're talking about here, and
what about
Star Fox 64? You can't top the original, but at the same time, I kind of want to give credit to other Star Fox games, to people who love Star Fox as a whole. Not Star Fox Command. That game was awful, but even still.
Oh my god! That was the one game I played the most of. The game, I don't want to say it was horrible, but I say it was really fucking irritating.
It was frustrating.
Yeah. Yes.
Well, you're not gonna like Star Fox Guard probably, because if I remember Command correctly, it's pretty similar, except even less to do.
Was it just like a guard balloon towers type game?
Yeah. We haven't actually talked about Guard.
I kicked ass. But I kick ass at that game.
Well, maybe you would like it. Star Fox Guard is it's a little extra game that was tagged on to Star Fox Zero. They're being released together because standing alone, it just wouldn't make it. You're playing as Slippy Toad, again, one of the most unliked characters in the Star Fox universe, and he's working his uncle's shop and setting up home defenses against invading robots and enemies alike.
So the apple doesn't fall far from the tree, apparently. So we're gonna get 2 annoying frogs instead of 1. No, I'm just kidding.
Most likely.
This time he's actually doing something helpful.
No. He's getting other things to do helpful things for him. So he's still not really doing much. Basically, when you're playing it, it's a cool concept that combines the weird camera surfing element from games like Five Nights at Freddy's, plus the tower defense thing we were talking about a second ago, Kruz. So you're looking through I think 12 different cameras, and you set up different defenses where those cameras are, and you have to I guess you go to the camera, you can either activate them or you can assist them in defending your garage, your area. So it's a cool idea for a game, but from what I can tell, the story it's just going to be really short and boring. So maybe the information just eluded me, and there was actually a lot more story, but it just sounded like you're just going to go through a couple of levels and keep playing until the game's over. And that to me has always just been meh. That's not what I want from that game, which I know sounds counterintuitive to Lumo, but shut up. So, but Star Fox Zero and Star Fox Guard are both coming out for Wii U on April 22nd, just to let everyone know.
And I really bugs me that Shuja doesn't care about Star Fox.
Why? Like I said, I enjoyed it.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I have nothing against Shuja not liking Star Fox or not being interested in it at all. But at the same time, it's like, I don't know. I just kind of wish that he would, appreciate something like Star Fox as all.
Most of the fandom appreciates Star Fox. About at least 30% of that say they appreciate Star Fox, they mean that they fap to Crystal daily. That's about it.
Pretty much. But I mean, like, don't get me wrong. There was a picture of Crystal at my at FC that I went to this year, and I sent it to
the chat for this.
No,
okay,
you don't have to
okay,
the chat.
Okay.
I sent a picture to a friend of mine of Crystal, and he was just like, "Oh my god," because he really does not like Crystal for whatever reason. So
that's fair.
Yeah, I mean, people like Star Fox, so we'll see what happens.
Yep.
I'm pretty sure all the furries are gonna gush over it.
Pretty much, and that's a given. I mean, there's gonna be a lot of people playing this game, and just a lot of people who just enjoyed the game who aren't even in the fandom. But it's a good nostalgia throwback. But that's all I've got for games. So,
by the way, did you know that Star Fox Zero was actually leaked? Two E3s ago, and guess who was the source of the leaked information?
Who?
Time Magazine, out of all places.
Oh,
which I find absolutely amazing. Like, don't Time Magazine have better things to do with their lives than be at E3?
Nope. That's well. I mean, I was gonna say, if I could afford to go to E3, I probably would, because it's pretty freaking awesome. But
we're gonna have an E3 episode, no doubt about that. But,
Nice.
Shall I hand it over to you, Scarfy? Is it that time?
Yeah, it's about time.
Cool. You're on.
All right, let's get on with movies. Our first movie is The Huntsman Winter's War. It's a 2016 British-American dark fantasy adventure film and is a sequel to Snow White and the Huntsman. Based on the characters from the German fairy tale Snow White, compiled by the Brothers Grimm, as well as The Snow Queen by Hans Christian Andersen, it is the directing debut of Cedric Nicolas Troyan, who acted as visual effects supervisor on the first film. The film stars Chris Hemsworth, Charlize Theron, don't know what she's doing in this movie, but whatever, Nick Frost, and Sam Claflin reprising their roles, who are joined by Emily Blunt, Colin Morgan, Rob Brydon, and Jessica Chastain. Theron stars as evil queen Ravina, who betrays her good sister Freya with an unforgivable act, freezing Freya's heart to love and unleashing in her an icy power she never knew she possessed. Retreating to a kingdom far to the north, Freya raises an army of huntsmen as her protectors, with the only rule that no two of them should ever fall in love. As the war for domination escalates between the two queens, the heroes standing between them is Freya's most elite huntsman, Eric, alongside fellow warrior Sarah, the only woman who has ever captured his heart. Eric must help Freya vanquish her sister, or Ravenna's wickedness will rule for eternity. We talked about this briefly about this film in a previous episode of ours, and we never
familiar. Sorry, thank you.
We never got to go into this much detail until a plot synopsis was eventually discussed here on the show. Upon seeing the trailer, there is so much that I desperately want to like in this film. The visuals are cool, the choreography is kind of neat, and the acting looks subpar at least. Problem? I've never seen the first film, and I heard the first film was just as par as people say this film will be. But hey, at least we don't get to see Kristen Stewart in this film. And if you're interested, the film comes out on April 22nd, 2016. I mean,
yep. It's not like, honestly, I will say that, like, from what I've seen, there's nothing much that's coming out in the next week that I'm particularly interested in. I like
it's
this,
but it's kind of like Frozen meets Snow White in a way. We don't want to say that.
Also, like, for a while, I was one of my roommates was really into there were like a bunch of different movies that were I can't remember. There's one that's basically like all the fairy tales were real, and they were that whole like Neverland fairy tale world was stripped of its magic and just turned into a regular little like fucking bumpkin nowhere town. It became a TV series. I can't remember what it's called, but like I was watching that for a while, and after watching stuff like that, and just a lot of those more like not even paranormal, but just fantasy / urban fantasy TV shows. A lot of these movies just feel done already. Like this has already been talked about. And I can't, I'm gonna need to think of the names of them, but you guys discuss ahead.
I mean, like I got nothing for this film. I mean, like as much as the film looks cool, like the reviews have already spoken enough for me. It doesn't look like something I'll see anytime soon. And to be honest, I just, I mean, like I guess I could be happy that Kristen Stewart is not in this film because we all know how great acting she does. So, I got nothing for this one.
Once Upon a Time was the show I was thinking of, by the way.
Okay.
But yeah, so and they did a lot of shit that was very similar to this.
Everyone is talking about Chris Hemsworth.
Oh, yeah, well, you opened up that, and everyone's they went into their own world.
No, they're talking about Thor. Odin's son. Yeah.
Brilliant. What about you guys? Kruz, Shedra, any interest in this movie?
I think I gave my part about a race. Like, yeah, the first one was okay, despite Kristen Stewart's lack of emotion throughout. It didn't really incite me to see the sequel, but I'm not going to judge it from that because obviously Kristen Stewart's not there.
Gotcha. Shedra, thoughts? Are you there?
I'm here.
Okay.
What do you think about The Huntsman Winter's War? I don't know what it is, but everyone like goes quiet as soon as we talk about movies, like for whatever reaon.
It's almost as if it's the last thing on the agenda. We've been talking for over an hour.
Oh my god. I have the power. Damn it.
But do you have any thoughts about this movie?
I think Thor could play a great He-Man. Never mind.
I have no idea what this movie about.
Okay.
Are you unprepared? Are you unprepared?
Not
you
at all.
listening?
It just,
No.
I don't care.
No.
There brutal.
There we go.
Brutal.
All right. Well, I guess we can move on then.
Yep.
Our next film is a film called. All right. No. Well, I'll start. Well, actually, I'll just talk. Well, apparently, this is what happens when you take a fairly corrupt president and one of the biggest rock icons of all time. Elvis and Nixon is an upcoming American comedy drama film directed by Liza Johnson and written by Joey Segal, Hannah Segal, and Cary Elwes. Cary Elwes is the guy who plays Wesley in The Princess Bride, just letting you guys know. The film stars Kevin Spacey as President Richard Nixon and Michael Shannon as Senior Elvis Presley. The film also stars Alex Pettyfer, Johnny Knoxville, Colin Hanks, Evan Peters, and Ashley Benson. The untold true story behind the meeting between the king of rock and roll and President Nixon, resulting in this revealing yet humorous moment, immortalized in the most requested photograph in the National Archive, beginning on the morning of December 21st, 1970. Actor-singer Elvis Presley shows up to the White House and requests for an urgent meeting with President Richard Nixon to swear him and as an undercover agent in the Bureau of Narcotics and Dangerous Drugs. That's about it, really. There's not much to the plot per se, but I must confess the concept looks interesting enough if you were a hipster growing up in the 70s and were a huge fan of the King of Rock and Roll. Either way, the film will be released on April 22nd, 2016, whoever is interested. God, everyone is so deathly quiet. Like, as soon as I mentioned the date, I don't get it.
Well, you realize there's the part where when we're talking, we say, anyone have any thoughts? And when you're talking, you just end.
No.
But there's the bit that, what I was going to say is, I was saddened when I watched this trailer because I thought it was going to be a kind of cool, weird little thing. Like, I don't know, like the premise sounded weirdly interesting, and I thought it'd be kind of cool. And the more and more I watched the trailer, the less and less excited I got for it. Like, I was just like, This looks like just a cheesy comedy using historical icons. Like, okay,
Yeah.
whatever.
Apparently, this is what's missing on the 18-minute gap on Nixon's secret tapes.
Is this him doing fucking Jailbird Blues with Elvis and his in the White House and singing?
I know, fucking Johnny Knoxville.
What do you think, Shuja? What do you think about this film?
I'm gonna be on Sam with Zach on this. It's like, ooh, Elvis, yay. Maybe just anybody who watched the movie, just sign out a little bit. Anybody watched the movie about Mozart? It's just basically tell his story.
Yeah,
Amadeus.
of course. Amadeus, yeah.
At first, I have this impression when I clicked on the trailer. It's like, maybe it's something similar to that. Maybe I can watch his life. And then it's like,
Yeah.
what? Ooh, God. Pretty God.
Yep.
What? Okay.
That's actually the most accurate summation of thoughts going through probably my head around the time too. Not the Amadeus
I
part,
couldn't agree with you more there.
That's a great summary.
What do you think? Kruz?
I think.
I mean, you're a fan of rock and roll. I mean,
I think this one, I kind of like the moments where it's like in those moments, like you had to know it was him. Nice, saying thank you very much to the guards.
Yeah, of course.
And also see because of course he has to be the president.
Right.
Movie.
Yeah.
I would like to see just for those roles. Those are very interesting.
Yeah, no, I can see that. That makes sense.
yeah, and Kevin Spacey, as you know, like it's funny. Like I thought he was in a role that he was playing Lyndon B. Johnson on HBO. Like he's been in a lot of presidential roles. Like I'm not even kidding. This film, LJ.
Well, he's President Underwood.
I know he's President Underwood. He needs to be our next president when it comes to what's that show series called? House of Cards. That's what I was thinking.
Oh yeah, I can see that.
Yeah. But anyway, that's all I got. I'm sure that's all what Zach got.
Yep.
Do you guys want me to move on?
Sure.
All right.
Let's do this.
All right. Let's get a little zesty here with a 2016 Mexican-American action comedy film called Compadres. Co-written and directed by Enrique Begne, the film stars Omar Chaparro and Joey Morgan as the title roles. Eric Elias, Aislinn Derbez, Hector Jimenez, Eric Roberts, and Kevin Pollak appear in supporting roles. After his release from prison, former Mexican cop Garza seeks revenge on a crime boss, Santos, who kidnapped his girlfriend Maria and framed him for a crime he didn't commit. With the help of his former boss, Coronado, Garza follows a tip on where to find Santos. His search leads him to San Diego to locate an accountant said to have stolen $10 million from Santos and who may know Santos's whereabouts. Garza is shocked to discover that the infamous accountant is a named Vic. Despite their immediate disdain for each other and divided by culture, language, and age, the unlikely duo realizes that Garza's low-tech brain and Vic's high-tech hacker skills may be their only chance to find Santos before he finds them. As you can see, despite some of the film being in Spanish and English, I am at least willing to give this film a shot despite being a foreign film. I have seen very good foreign films, including the Spanish-speaking Pan's Labyrinth and the Danish-speaking After the Wedding, and both were extremely well-done movies. However, for being a comedy film, I'm not too sure they'll be as artsy as those, but hey, it does look good in my eyes, so we'll see. The film was released on March 31st, 2016 in Mexico, and it's set to be released on April 22nd, 2016 in the United States.
Interesting. I didn't realize.
This is Just Cause in video version.
Yeah.
Very much so. Yes.
I agree.
Basically what I thought.
Yeah.
But that's interesting. I didn't realize it was released in Mexico first, so that's kind of cool. I mean, it's I didn't know it was a foreign film. I figured they're just like, oh, they're doing trying something new with comedies. Cool, but
Well, it's kind of like Spanglish, even though that film is completely different. But
oh yeah, I was gonna say it's sort of like Spanglish in the sense that there's two languages and nothing else.
no, I'm talking about Spanglish, the actual film.
Yeah, I know. Exactly. There are two languages and nothing else.
Right.
But
I mean, like, what did you think, Zach?
I again, I liked it more in the thought, not because I'm like, oh, it has to be from America, but I thought it was kind of cool in the idea that I thought it was just releasing in the U.S. originally, and they're doing this extra, this, multiple languages, because even though we have a lot of Spanish-speaking people in America, we're not all fluent in Spanish, that we do that, subtitles and everything, and have it be a different comical element, and actually not just something that happens like once or twice really occasionally, like that's going on through the entire film. It's like, I don't know what they're doing with it when I saw it, and it just interested me. It's like, I like the story, it seems kind of funny, but that little hook, I'm like, I might watch this just to see how they're using that for the sake of comedy. But now
you don't even care if this film is in Spanish or not.
No, not really. I mean, like no, that's actually the opposite. I care specifically because it's in Spanish and English that they're using this different language.
I mean, don't get me wrong, it is dubbed, so at least we have
I know,
that,
but that's the whole thing. It's like you can use how that will affect the movie experience overall, especially portraying it as a comedy. It's like it causes your brain to have to work a little bit harder, even though it's just reading subtitles, but still, like, have to pay more attention to what's going on to get the joke. So I'm like, I'm interested to see how they're going to utilize this and how that'll affect it. And I'll probably still see it, but originally it was more of a hats off to, like, hey, American comedy filmmakers, very brave of you, very cool of you to try something new. But now I know it's made in Mexico, and it's my esteem for the American filmmakers now moved to Mexico. Hey, Mexican filmmakers, I don't know if you guys do this a lot because I don't watch a lot of Mexican films, but hats off, this is cool. So.
Mm-hmm. So, what do you think, Kruz, Shuja?
Yeah, I thought originally this one seemed it might be pretty cheesy, but it actually seems like it's gonna be it actually seems like it might really be funny.
Mm-hmm.
Especially like in the trailer, like it's like you're an accountant, A.K. No, that's not right. A.Q. Oh, fuck.
Yeah, she did like that.
Mm-hmm.
Shuja,
Yes.
what did you think about this movie?
This movie.
Drink some coffee, man.
Yeah, drink some coffee. What's going on?
Coffee dying down, and there's a nice green truck outside and saying ice cream. Oh, god damn, it's gonna go out.
So he's mad at us. He's sulking for us keeping him from his ice cream, is what he's saying.
Do not ever keep a cup from this ice cream. I can murder you guys.
I'm gonna use this couple, like 1,000 or more mile gap between us as my defense.
I'll come to your screen and tear that shit out.
Oh god.
Anyway, this film. Do anybody get the same feeling at me? The main character was similar to Tony Stark from Iron Man, kind of like jerk, but not rich.
Oh yeah.
Kind of. He does kind of like a Mexican Iron Man.
Even though there's absolutely no superhero cognitive in this film at all.
The 10 million peso man. Sorry. Family Guy quote, I'm sorry.
Iron Man is a really cool movie, and I love the hero in it, but he can be that jerk and asshole at the same time.
Oh, I love that.
Exactly, and that's why I love him so much.
Oh my god, that's how like Kage.
You really want to meet Robert Downey Jr. Like, is that your like life dream right there, Kruz?
Who? Me? Well, I'd love to, but I mean, well, not my, I won't say favorite actor, but he's a great actor.
Yeah.
Oh, one of the ones I like the best.
All right.
Especially as Tony Stark.
Right, yeah.
Of course. So, do you want me to move on?
Sure, yeah.
All right.
Let's do it.
Our next film, well, it's not a film per se. From an unknown book series to one of the greatest shows on Earth, based off of George R.R. Martin's A Song of Ice and Fire, after much anticipation from its heavily induced fans of gory and gritty violence, gratuitous sex scenes, unexpected betrayals, unbelievable plot twists, fantastic acting, delectable writing, and an addictive musical opening, and having multiple story arcs to follow to let you have your favorite characters that possibly or probably will die in the end. Game of Thrones Season 6 will finally get to answer all of your regarded questions on what happens in this last season that you ultimately had to wait an entire year for, and possibly may have forgotten all about it because the plot is that predictable, or no, not predictable, rather forgettable. In contrast to the previous seasons, it largely consists of original content not found in George R.R. Martin's A Song of Ice and Fire series, but also adapts material from the upcoming sixth novel in the series, The Winds of Winter, as well as some content from the fourth and fifth novels, A Feast for Crows and A Dance with Dragons. Unfortunately for me, as I myself am waiting for the series to come out as well, I can't really spoil the series for you unless you start at square one by watching the very first season or even reading the first book of this series yourself. But for those who are excited, you have a damn good reason to be excited, because you only have to wait one more week when its season premieres on April 24th, 2016 on HBO at 9 p.m. And for those of you who don't HBO, I'm pretty sure you can view the season by any means necessary. Wink, wink, hint, hint.
We at Subwuffer do not condone the... never mind, fuck it.
I am a huge fan of Game of Thrones, and I kind of wish that you guys were as well. It's a great series. I think you guys would love it to death. Every season, every episode just gets better and better. There are problems here and there, but for the reason I think Game of Thrones is a perfect series, and unfortunately, I can't really talk much about the plot because, well, yeah, it's a series and people don't really want to know what's going on.
To be perfectly honest, I'm always surprised that I don't watch Game of Thrones, because, like, it's not bad. I've seen some of it, and it's good, but I don't, like, I guess I just don't have time, because I love that sort of, like, fantasy, medieval world, very darker, sort of, like, that's my jam, usually. It's part of the reason I like the Bethesda games. The Bethesda games, Elder Scrolls series are not that dark, necessarily, but it's, like, just that offshoot of fantasy medieval that's, like, you still have, the combat and stuff like that, and a lot more just shit gets serious really quick. But for some reason, I just never get around to watching it, and I'm not sure why.
Well, we're cruising for a boozing.
Where did that come from?
I don't know. I just really think that, for those of you who I really think that you guys should give this series a watch. I mean, it's incredible. It's like it has everything a man could love in it.
Oh yeah. I mean, I'm honestly, I'm on the same side as Zach. I'm like, I've watched some of it and I liked it, and I'm surprised. Like, I mean, I guess at some point I'll have to get my own Netflix and I'll binge on it.
It's actually on HBO, so
that might be a reason. Yeah, if it's on Netflix,
whatever it's on, I'll get it. I'll watch it. Yeah. I'll do it.
Actually, Kruz, really quick to you. Getting slightly off topic, it won't take but a minute. But Kruz, we talked about this before. Did you ever watch the series Vikings?
No, I forgot about that.
I was going to do that. It's really bad. Brutal and cool. But again, I don't have the time, so.
But yeah, Game of Thrones is. You want me to drink while I watch it? Yes, I do. What do you think, Shuja? I know that you're probably not a big Game of Thrones fan, or maybe you are, and you're just waiting to be surprised.
Well, first of all, this series... Well, technically, I didn't give a series a fair chance to shine, because I jumped in the middle of it and I say, what the fuck is going on? And I shut it off.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I never... I have some of my friends really into it. Even my college is into it. It's like they have this Game of Thrones show like Tuesday and Friday every night in the giant theater. I say, oh my god, I should get into it so I can just go sit in the theater. But like, my love for series TV show died a long time ago because of one show.
I gotcha.
Just one show.
No, what show is that? What show is that?
You do not want me to mention it.
You know nothing, Shuja Wolf. That's a quote. You know nothing,
My Little Pony. My Little Pony. Say it's My Little Pony.
No, it's My Little Pony. No, I'm gonna rephrase this. My Little Pony is my favorite anime pony, because little talking pony. Who doesn't like that? The show that I used to love a lot, and hate myself because I saw on season 5, CSI.
Oh, CSI.
Oh, yeah, Luna's really into CSI and NCIS.
And then
Actually.
when I joined the fandom, and then people, oh, the CSI episode, I say, what?
Whoa. We don't talk about that episode, okay?
It
Hey,
never
I
happened.
go, Game of Thrones, I got to talk about my episode. God damn it!
Fair enough.
No, we can't talk about that episode. That's like infamously bad. It's like there are some things, there are some
Hey, you got to talk about
there are some walls that don't be broken, and that's one of them.
He doesn't mean
You
he
must not
can't
be
talk.
named.
He doesn't mean he can't talk about the series shows, right? He's just trying to avoid talking about the conflict of that episode.
I'm just being victim.
Oh, okay. I didn't know if you're actually confused or just trying to give Scarfy shit. I can never quite tell.
I just like
You want a line in the sand, Kyle? I'll give you a line in the sand. I don't like sand. It's coarse, rough, and irritating.
That's not a
It gets
whine in the
everywhere.
sand. That's a whine about the sand. There's a difference.
Well, technically, it's a line in a movie, so.
Oh, that's well.
Yeah.
How did I not see that coming?
Anyway. Oh, that's come out of nowhere. Okay.
These come out of nowhere.
Game of
So,
Thrones.
Next
never
time.
mind. Are you talking Shuja?
Yeah, a little bit. I might give the series a chance to shine, but then HBO.
Your favorite character got killed off.
Yeah, I don't want to watch the film anymore. I'm just the series
What
anymore.
happened now? That's why I stopped watching it. Like, God damn it!
God fucking damn it!
I got my favorite character die.
Yeah.
Well, let's move on. It's not about that.
All right. Well, our final film that is coming up is a it's a great one because a lot of people were expecting this. But yeah, let's talk about it. The film legend Tom Hanks comes back with an upcoming 2016 German-American comedy drama film directed and written by Tom Tykwer, directed of movies such as Run Lola Run and Cloud Atlas, based off the 2012 novel of the same name written by Dave Eggers. A Hologram for the King. The film stars Hanks as Alan Clay, a corporate businessman and washed up who has had no success, who goes to Saudi Arabia to propose a business complex to secure the IT contract for a massive new complex being built in the middle of the desert. Co-starring is Tom Skerritt and Sarita Cloudhurry. This is complex. This is a film that I've been most intrigued by. One is that I love Tom Hanks, and I'm sure a lot of people gush over him whenever he is on screen. And second, I actually really like the idea of him in a film setting like this. My grandfather, who works on airplanes, tend to go to Saudi Arabia and Abu Dhabi, so technically this balances out greatly on why I want to see it. But is it a film that I think that I can recommend to you guys? I'm pretty sure that if you like Tom Hanks and you like his acting, chances are the film will be amazing too. And if you're interested in the story, the film will be released on April 22nd, 2016 as well.
Very well put. Okay.
I agree.
I'm not like everybody loves. I don't mean to talk over Kruz, but I'll just say because I have like one sentence. I think everybody kind of loves Tom Hanks. I think it's basically been established. I recently haven't been watching much that's been coming out by him. I don't think I've even seen much coming out by him. This one looks kind of cool. I mean, like it's interesting to see a film coming out that's like, and I'm in this country that has such a big like negative stigmatism in it in the U.S. and I'm putting it in a slightly different light. So I think that's kind of cool.
What do you think, Kruz?
Oh, sorry.
I mean, falling into this stereotype
Zach,
with all the
oh God. Zach.
It's all good. Yes, because
What'd
you're not
you
going to
do?
talk about this. I posted a link early. I meant to send something else.
Soiled it.
Yep, soiled it. So,
Soiled it.
So guys,
Spoiled
guess what
it.
the next one after this is? But first
Spoiled
Kruz.
All right. Well, I find myself not falling into the stereotype, but any, Tom Hanks movies, I find that I just like the movies themselves, not just because he's in it, but because he makes the movies better.
Yeah.
That's something I don't know if I've seen from any other actors really. To that degree.
Yeah, dude can act. I mean, there's no doubt. There's no really denying. You can, if you don't like him for whatever reason, you still have to admit it's like he is an actor and he does a great job of it. So.
But yeah, I mean, like I saw Cloud Atlas and Run Lola Run, so I'm pretty sure I might be intrigued to see this film as well. Because I mean, who knows? I mean, this film actually might be a great film. So, I mean, I love Tom Hanks. I always wanted to see him play in these different roles. So hopefully he'll do a really good one in this one. So with that, I guess we can go up to our upcoming films if you guys want, unless you want to talk more about it.
I'm so prepared. I've already posted the link.
Let's go TMNT.
Yeah. God, Zach, you got to be careful.
I'm not sorry.
Well, yeah,
He's a little trigger.
now the whole chat is blowing up.
Oh no, the chat's participating. Whatever will we do?
Oh my god, we don't want you to participate.
Oh my god, cry me a river!
Shuja, what is your opinion on a hologram for the king?
2-word. No, actually 3-word. No common. Not technically,
Okay.
2-word.
Which are?
And our world crumbles.
Hey, I'm a cup. Give me a break.
Fair
All
enough.
No, give him coffee.
I
All
can
right.
barely count.
So what are
Well,
these words? Did I miss the words? I heard there's a certain amount of words.
He said no comment.
Oh,
but,
no comment.
I mean,
Sorry.
well, I mean, like, don't get me. I'm pretty sure Shuja doesn't really have a bad taste to say about this film. Personally, I want to see it because I want to see what it's like. But yeah, a hologram for the king. It's out there. It's coming out if you guys want to go see it.
You know what? Actually, the first time I read the title, I was like, didn't have coffee yet. I say a telegram for the king. What? Oh, okay. I need coffee.
All right, now let's talk about the upcoming films that Zach so humbly has spoiled.
You're welcome.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Out of the Shadows. I'm pretty sure a lot of people are either really excited or really despising this film because apparently you all know how amazing and beautiful Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles was. So maybe this film is actually going to be really, really good. Because when I was looking at it, I felt like this should have been Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 1, and I don't know why it wasn't.
I don't know. I mean, honestly, from 1 and 2, neither of them looked particularly interesting to me, sort of in the same way as and people, I'll probably get some flack for this, but the Transformers movies didn't look that interesting to me, just in the sense it's like, I remember that as a kid.
Well, that and Michael Bay.
Oh, yeah, but it's like, I remember that as a kid. Meh.
I mean,
I have good memories. I don't want to ruin them.
The first and second, the Transformers movies were great. All the rest of them were.
Actually, the second
mediocre.
one is racist. The third and fourth are terrible.
Scotty,
What?
don't
How?
The second one is racist.
Do you have like
How?
Do you want to explain how, or just?
Yeah, those two ghetto Transformers, in my opinion, I thought it was really racist.
What?
I guess. I don't know.
They were funny as shit.
I know they were funny, but they were clearly racial stereotypes.
What?
I didn't see it. Like I haven't seen the first one, but like I don't know. Like get someone acting ghetto.
There's
So you're saying
these
this
are
robot,
certain-
these robots that have no race but act ghetto are racist.
These stereotypes are literally.
Well, a lot of people
everywhere.
said that Transformers 2 was racist because of that, or maybe I'm missing something here.
No,
but
you're not. I don't think you are. I think a lot of people probably did say something like that. But honestly, and this will get me a lot of hate, but I think people just need to fucking. I don't even know what. Like, I don't want to, because then people get offended. It's like saying man up or woman or what. It's like, just grow the fuck up. Like, if it's clearly like saying downsizing an entire race and people and attacking them, yeah, that shit's not cool. But it's like, oh, this person acted as a caricature of something we see in stereotypes. Like, yeah, people like that exist. Don't deny don't pretend that, you're doing
As
a
I said,
favor to the
these
world.
these kinds of things are everywhere.
Yeah, don't pretend you're doing a favor to the world by trying to fucking blank out or whitewash an entire type of person and say that doesn't exist in the world, because that's even worse. You're a fucking asshole for being like, oh, people like this aren't real people and they don't exist. It's like, go fuck yourself. I know people like this, and sometimes they're really cool people. They just happen to act a certain way. So what?
Oh
Deal with it.
no! Don't get me wrong. It's like I'm not attacking anyone. It's just like a lot of people said that.
Oh, I am. I'm attacking
Transformers
people.
2. a lot of people said that Transformers 2, like they thought like one of the main reasons of why it was racist was because of the two ghetto Transformers, and
Yeah.
like I mean, like don't get me wrong, maybe I'm missing something here, and there has to be a little more of a point to that, but you know, it made money, so I guess that's really all that matters. And Transformers just keeps making money, and it will always keep making money.
I don't think you're wrong. I don't think you're missing anything. I think you're saying exactly what was said about it that was racist. But I just feel like that just feels really, really shitty. Just like I'm not attacking you. I'm saying you're wrong for this. But just like that kind of criticism, it's like, really, guys. I don't know. It just seems bullshit to me. It seems like
in the movie, they're not being shat on. They're just there, and they're actually funny, and they're actually doing stuff.
They're all right.
It's hilarious. Anyway,
all right.
So I was going to say about.
I really like Shia LaBeouf, though. I think he's a really good actor. I don't know. I don't understand why people hate Shia LaBeouf, but you know.
I don't think people hate him. I think they're doing a lot like the John Cena thing. It's like, you're not hated. Yeah, you're just a fucking meme now. You did this thing. People are like, oh my god, this is gold. We're going to put it everywhere. And, you know.
It's a meme.
It's now like.
He's become a meme.
Yeah, basically. It's like, it's actually probably been better for him. Now, he's even more famous because of that. Every celebrity, every icon gets made fun of at some point. It doesn't necessarily mean we hate them, but they're gonna, if you do something that's like, and the internet ran wild with it, then there you go. that can either be good or bad.
Right. Well, I mean, but anyway, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles: Out of the Shadows. I don't have any plans on seeing this film because a lot of people said that the first one was bad, and you know, I do feel that the second one should have been the first one if it was in fact good.
Right.
But you know, what do you think, Shuja?
I think we lost him. I think we said racist, and Chip was like, "Fuck this."
Going somewhere else.
I'm sad.
You don't like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles?
Well, actually, I do. Thanks a lot, Scaffy.
Okay. What do you think about this film?
Well, here's the thing. This film, I watched the trailer of it. I say, oh, cool. Oh, wait, too. A couple of months ago was the 20-year anniversary when Ninja Turtle music came out. Yay! What's on the news?
Fair enough.
I like the movie, but like I'm not really like oh my god, I'll have to go see this movie when it comes out. It's like yay, I guess.
Got really aggressive with that one.
Yeah. Seriously.
Yeah, I remember a lot of people say that the looks of the first Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles are ugly, and they're uglier still.
Hey, they want to give them a break, okay? They deserve love.
I suppose, but anyway, let's move on to our next film.
Let's move on before we begin killing each other.
Our next film is an upcoming film that I am personally really excited, Suicide Squad.
Hell yeah.
Oh my gosh, me and Kruz are gushing over this film like candy. Like from the first trailer of teaser to the second trailer of Bohemian Rhapsody. Now the third film has Ballroom Blitz, and oh my gosh, I'm even more excited for this film than I could ever really be. I don't know about you, Zach, but personally, I really want to see it.
Oh yeah, no, I plan on seeing it when it comes out.
Oh yeah, I just hope it's going to be good. And I don't know about you guys, but I think Will Smith as his own superhero. Why hasn't this been done before? Well, it's finally being done now, and that's personally all that matters. I just hope the film will be good. That's just what I'm hoping, because like it's made by DC. It's the same people who made, not the exact same people, but it's the people who made what's that film? Batman v Superman. And I'm wondering, you know, I really hope this film isn't going to be that bad.
Mm-hmm.
I really want it to be good. I really want it to be good.
It's also got a different dynamic to it. I mean, it's not like one versus the other, but they did a better job of hyping this one up, I think. Not in terms of how hyped it got, but
who's your favorite character so far in the trailer?
No, crap. I lost them for a second. I've been trying to avoid this happening, but I will be getting them back in a sec. Apologize to everybody. Let me do this little thing, And we shall have them not even a second. Yes, I'm aware. So do anyone.
I liked her character design, but sometimes she's kind of an annoying bitch.
So, guys, I'm going to stop you right now. Talk about your characters again. Someday I'm going to figure out why Hangouts I've been doing everything to keep it awake, hangs up after 2 hours. Like, on the dot.
Jeez,
you're
kidding.
But
You're
What?
kidding.
But,
What?
Well, Google Hangouts has this thing that it will hang up after 2 hours, so I'm thinking I have a different talking to let everyone else know behind the scenes shit. I might be talking to you guys to switch to a different platform because I have a talk thing that isn't Skype, which always fucking crashes, that might support us even better than this and not go to sleep randomly. So we'll talk about that in the future. But go back, I lost you right when you said, so who's your favorite character to Kruz? And then we lost you. So start from there.
He said Joker, and then he said that Harley Quinn kind of is acting like a bitch in this trailer. But personally, I don't really know. I kind of really think she...
In a less annoying way, not like her New Yorker accent from
Thankfully, her New Yorker is not in here, which is a plus.
Hey, you joking?
Oh my god, kill me now.
I mean, Tara Strong, I love you, but I'm sorry. There's a new Harley Quinn in town, and she looks fucking amazing.
I actually like the Batman animated series was amazing to me, and granted her voice was annoying, but it worked for. To me, it always worked for the character. I can see why it would annoy people. It is kind of higher up, but it's just like that's so classic to me that I don't even consider that it's awful or weird. It's just like, yep, nope, that is Harley Quinn. So, but yeah, you make a good point.
So, what do you think, Zach Shuja?
I'm not gushing over characters, but like I said,
about this trailer.
I thought we talked about it once before ages back. Maybe we didn't, but yeah, it looks fucking amazing. I mean, I'm not big into superhero movies usually, but like ones that are not what you expect from a superhero movie, whether it's anti-heroes or focusing on villains or just something out there and strange, hence why I went to see Deadpool. Yeah, I'm very much interested in this. By the way, I'm going to call you out for a second, Scarfy, because you said, why hasn't a Will Smith superhero movie been done before? Hancock.
Oh, I forgot.
Sorry. But beyond that, just because I just felt accomplished because I'm like, aha! but
sorry about that. Well, I mean, like, I meant like superhero film as in like mainstream.
Right. Of course.
I meant like, I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm pretty sure a lot of people have seen Hancock, but right. You know, a lot of people said that the cinematography wasn't really great because it was depicting a drunk person, just move, bitch, get out the way.
So what you're saying is that I would find this movie very, what's what I'm looking for? Not comparative. I can't think of the bonus point word, but I'd relate to it well. Okay. Is what you're saying.
Yes, Nero. Will Smith is Deadshot, so we'll get to that. I guess we can move on to our next film, upcoming film. Our next upcoming film is a film that just came right out of the blue, rather. Doctor Strange. I took a look at the trailer. Personally, I think it would have been great. I'm not saying Benedict Cumberbatch is a horrible choice, but at the same time, I kind of thought that the person who played Joker from Full Metal Jacket would have been a better choice, in my opinion. No, but that's just me. Yeah. Well, I don't know. What do you think about this film upon seeing it?
I don't really have any big thoughts about this one. All I can think of really when I saw it was the great thing of. Have you seen the little meme going around? There's a whole bunch of different movies and things and shows that Benedict Cumberbatch is in, and it shows him like his back of the camera looking out into whatever scenery or whatever scenario is in, and it just has the first picture, which I think is like Sherlock. It's like, Ben, look at the camera. No. Then like I can't remember the other movie. It's like, Ben, just look at the fucking camera. I said no. And then it's, this movie, the little bit for Doctor Strange. It's like, for God fucking sake, Ben. But for some, I don't know. Beyond that, that's all I really have to contribute. I saw this and it looks interesting, but now we're kind of getting back to the sort of like, the hero movies I'm just not a huge fan of. I think he'll do a great job with it, and I think it'd be great to go see. I'm just not that interested.
What do you think, Kruz?
I'm not sure about this one. I mean, I like Benedict Cumberbatch. Obviously, he's an actor, and I think Marvel obviously makes great movies.
I think Aaron called Benedict Cumberbatch Benedict Cumberbatch because of his performance in the second Star Trek film.
I think you mentioned that a while ago or something. Benedict Cumberbatch. It's like, oh yeah, Nero quoted me of what I was saying from Hancock. It's like, if you don't move, then I'm gonna shove your head up his ass. Something like that. I fucking love that line.
It's a great movie. Don't get me wrong. It's just the cinematography is really just daunting to me.
Right.
Then back on Doctor Strange, this one seems. Yeah, I wasn't familiar with the character, but I kind of liked the trippy sort of deep psychosis feeling of it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if that makes sense, but it's like it seems pretty interesting to me.
Fair enough.
I guess that's all we have to talk about, unfortunately. Our next upcoming film is a film that I am personally excited for, Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. I'm pretty sure all of you were huge Harry Potter fans, and this film is really no exception. It's a spin-off series of Harry Potter, so if you like it, go check it out. There's no plot for it. All I really know is that it's based off the Harry Potter novel. Mm-hmm. So, what do you guys think?
Well,
I thought wasn't it based off? Sorry, go ahead, Chris.
Isn't this one like the one they were in New York or something? Like it's the same sort of spell casting type setup, but like they were in New York or something. That's all.
I want to say yes. I think I'm not too sure. Let me look it up real quick. I just want to see what the plot is going to be about. Yeah, they're talking about America, so obviously, New York City is involved. So we'll see what happens.
There you go.
Wasn't this the name of one of the books that the students at Harry Potter had in the classes? Isn't that where the title came from?
I believe so.
Okay.
But you know J.K. Rowling. She always makes these
self-referential things.
Yeah, she's really. I mean, she's a fantastic writer, and she has it made. So
right. I've never had a problem with people being self-referential to other stuff they've had, especially when they know it's popular. Like, a lot of people are like, "Oh, you're arrogant and blah blah blah." It's like, nah, bro. I mean, this is a shout out to fans of my work who are coming back to see other stuff of my work. It's to give them that nerd boner that everyone's looking for. That's all it really is. So, but yeah, the movie itself, it looks kind of cool. It looks definitely for a younger audience, but overall, it looks kind of cool. I wouldn't be opposed to seeing it, but I will not be seeing it in theaters.
No. Well.
But do you want to announce by the way that Shuja had to take off?
Yeah, I do apologize, guys, but Shuja, unfortunately, is having a clinical emergency that he has to take care of. Do not worry. He is okay, but unfortunately, emergencies. When emergencies pop up, you got to take care of it.
Yep.
So, Shuja, we will miss you. We will hope to see you again next week show.
And we love you.
But we're not done. We still have one more upcoming film that we need to announce. Mm-hmm. The Birth of a Nation. And it's a typical film about a talking about
Is it supposed to be of that original?
I don't think so.
Is it supposed to be like a re-original?
I don't think not D.W. Griffith's re-original. That's not what I'm thinking. I'm just thinking it's a totally different plot. But I mean, to take a film by D.W. Griffith, that was originally a propaganda film, one of the best propaganda films, no less, and make a remake out of it is probably unheard of. And I don't think a lot of people know about this, but it's basically a film about a house slave holding a group of house slaves who is doing horrible things to his race, but apparently he's trying to help them in the long run. So we'll see what happens with this film. And that's really all I got. I mean, there's really nothing I can say about this film. What do you think, Zach?
I don't know. This one I literally don't know about, and the reason is because I did not see this one. I did not see this trailer, and somehow I overlooked it, or I just can't remember watching it. So I don't quite know. My phone is making angry noises. I'm sorry if that's picking up. There we go. But I don't know. I can't really say anything about it. From what you're telling me, it sounds like a retelling of a Schindler's List sort of deal. But
Kind of, but
I don't know.
probably not. Probably at a lesser known time.
Right.
But what do you think, Kruz?
I mean, I don't want to say like this is like my necessarily type of movie, but like I feel like these kinds of rising up movement movies are usually very interesting. I was pretty interested by the trailer. I found myself like wanting to see the results of what would happen after whoever the guy was a pastor or something was trying to organize a rebellion.
Hmm.
So you just see the result of it.
Yeah, sounds like a plan. But yeah, I mean that's really all I got. I guess we can move on with an announcement for next week's show. Questions, guys? I mean, there really is nothing that we have left. We just want to announce we have an announcement for next week's show. Next week we are going to have Aaron, that is Esteban, the nine-tailed kitsune, on our show. And guess what film we're going to be talking about? The Jungle Book. So I hope me and Kruz have already seen the film, so I'm hoping Zach will see it. Unfortunately, I don't think Shuja will be able to go see it himself because he's on a tight budget, and
Right.
unfortunately. But that's not going to stop us from talking about the film. So hopefully we'll get to that. We'll get to that ASAP. But Bagheera is the real MVP in this film. But we'll get to that. We'll get to that when we get to that. I just want to let you guys know if Aaron is watching, you are going to be on the show. Please make yourself known. That would be really, really appreciative. Otherwise, we contacted you. We know you're gonna be on the show.
Mm-hmm.
So that's really all I can think of. We're going to be talking about the Jungle Book. And by the way, I need to make a mention right here. While I was working on the agenda, I had to write a 1-page summary about the history of the Jungle Books, and it's going to be in next films, and it's going to be in next week's agenda. So I hope you guys are ready for that.
Okay, sure.
It was a lot of work, so I hope you guys are going to enjoy it. And
dude, I'm up for anything where I get to relax and someone else has to do the talking. That is fine by me. Don't you worry.
All right. Well, I guess that's it for movies, and I guess that's it for the show. So without further ado,
one thing to plug, just because we haven't plugged it as much, and we don't obviously we don't expect to get too many of them anytime. But again, the contact information, the email's there. So if you have any questions or any suggestions you'd like to make about stuff on the show, feel free to contact us on that, because we look it up. We do look through it at least at the time of the show, and we'll figure out what we can do to talk to you guys or answer your questions. But yeah, otherwise, I guess we're pretty well all settled up.
But I guess that's it for today's show. So without further ado, my name is Scarfy.
I'm Zach Gray, also known as Booze Wolf. Cheers, kids.
I'm Kruz, and as you may see in the chat, let's go Caps, crush those Flyers.
All right, we'll see y'all later.
All right, bye-bye.
Goodbye.